Hey y'all, building an online presence can feel very daunting. It is hard to get things started. Make sure your website is all together, all the relevant information is present, your customers and fans have all the relevant info they need. But of course, the first step is just getting started. And with Squarespace, it's super easy. You can stand out from the crowd with Squarespace's beautiful website templates and video studio, which lets you effortlessly create professional level videos. We all know how important it is in this modern era to have the ease and convenience of video tools all in one place. And you stand out in the inbox with Squarespace's eye-catching email campaigns. Lord knows we have used those over at thisistheread.com and for our merch at shoptheread.com to reach our devoted, loyal listeners. So if you're ready to get started, go to squarespace.com/read to launch your free trial. And when you're ready to get started with your site, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/read. Offer code READ. Let them know Kid Fear and Crystal sent you, and let's move on.
Let's start the show. All right, welcome back, niggas and friends. You know what this shit is. Getting right back into the game. I am JB Smooth.
And I am Halle Bailey. This is The Read. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you indeed. And welcome. Here in the month of May, gearing up to how corporations lie to us about Pride and Juneteenth. But
that's right.
It's just around the river bend.
Sure is.
For now, let's start with our regular programming, our Black Excellence. This week, it goes out to a man named Christian Cooper, who some of you may remember as the handsome bird-watching Black man who recorded a white woman in Central Park who threatened to call the police on him or was calling 911 because she felt he was threatening her by asking her to leash her dog, as it was the rules in that part of Central Park. She got dragged by the internet and beyond, as was deserved. I would say she deserved much more than that. And here we are now in the here and today of things. Mr. Cooper, like the TV show, Mr. Cooper is going to star in and host his own show on National Geographic TV.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Called Extraordinary Birder. And this is going to take viewers into the wild, wonderful, and unpredictable world of birds. And we're not just talking about the Fashion Nova section of your favorite club's line. We're talking about real, living avian creatures.
Yeah.
According to the Washington Post, the network says whether braving stormy seas in Alaska for puffins, which are cute, trekking into rainforests in Puerto Rico for parrots, also cute,
adorable,
or scaling a bridge in Manhattan. What?
Like pigeons?
Scaling a bridge in Manhattan for a peregrine falcon. They got
I don't even know what that is, child. Let me shut up.
It sounds very majestic.
It does.
He does whatever it takes to learn about these extraordinary feathered creatures and show us the remarkable world in the sky above. He told Facebook, I'm looking forward to putting a spotlight on these amazing creatures and the extraordinary birders who love them and work to protect them.
Yay. Amazing.
So show this man some love when his show comes out to National Geographic TV and learn all about birds and wings and the talons and beaks.
Yeah.
And all kinds of animal creatures from around the world and stuff.
Yeah. Good for that brother. You know, I always felt like, I mean, despite the rest of the way that story went down, that white woman was out of pocket from the very beginning. And so really this whole him getting a TV show or whatever kind of show this is, like, this took way too long to happen as far as I'm concerned. But good for you. Go ahead and teach us about this shit, because Lord knows we don't be paying attention.
Yeah.
Like Peregrine Falcon, I've never heard those words together. Like, I've never heard that term in my life till just now. So yeah, teach me something, sir. Congratulations to you.
Oh, it just kind of looks like a falcon.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's very fast based off what I've Googled, but couldn't really tell you anything other than that. Like, it looks like a scary bird, really.
I think it's pretty.
Okay. Fuck with it then.
I don't want to get anywhere near it. I just think that it's nice to look at.
He looked like a killer to me. Like, bitch, don't fucking try me.
I mean, if they live in Manhattan.
Because right, that's what I'm saying. Like, this nigga is 1.5 feet long and yet be running Manhattan. Like, nah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
He sound crazy to me, but yeah. Shout out to these birds and shout out to that man. Yeah. Exactly that. Exactly that, friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this week in our pop culture segment, Hot Tops, Dick and Tail Rescue Rangers. We're going to start with
okay.
The news that one Robin Rihanna Fenty has popped, officially giving birth to what the streets are saying is a baby boy, May 13th, which would make them a Taurus.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of y'all reacting to this because apparently Rihanna had been shopping for girl clothes or something like that, like baby clothes, and photographed doing it. And so the streets feel like, okay, so she basically played us to our faces.
Yeah, no, she did that on purpose.
How you know she wanted to buy baby clothes for her friend?
I mean, or just because, like, clothes don't have gender and her baby can wear whatever, like, or just to fuck with y'all and throw y'all off, like, to fuck with us, I should say. Like, it was, I'm not super, like, committed to the idea that she was buying baby clothes because her baby had a certain set of genitals. Like, I don't think about it that deeply. I just feel like she was happy to be pregnant and she was out here doing whatever for her child.
People Magazine says that a source tells them Rihanna is healthy, the baby is healthy, and she's just in awe of him. Aww. She really was so excited to be pregnant. She loved it. Meeting her son was of course extremely special too. The source also says Rihanna barely leaves his side. She's a fantastic mom. She wanted to give birth in LA since she has a big house with a yard, and she enjoys sitting outside with her baby. Now, I feel like 55 to 60% of this is true just based on the fact that, like, duh.
Yeah. Oh, she has a big house with a yard. She wanted to give birth and sit with her baby, and she never leaves. Duh, bitch.
She loves him.
Most people who give birth don't leave their newborn's side in the first few weeks. Like, that's not... Yeah. That's not really, you're not really breaking news here, but
like the girls who are at Rihanna's house are texting her and getting photos and videos in the group chat and stuff like that. Are not talking to fucking people.
Right.
Like, y'all need to stop playing.
Yeah. The source says Rihanna's a great mom. She never leaves her newborn side. She's just in awe. Oh wow, bitch.
She
how
feeds
groundbreaking.
him. The baby sleeps sometimes and then wakes up others.
Rihanna has changed the diaper. Right. Like, come on, man. Like,
shut the fuck up.
Like, leave us alone with that. But I'm sure
she posted those pictures. There was pictures that TMZ posted was like, Rihanna caught for the first time in West Hollywood since having the baby or whatever. And Rihanna posted a caption under the picture was like, that was weeks ago, LOL.
Like, quit playing with me.
Like, y'all don't need to be knowing what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah, right. They'll say anything, and they probably just mad that they didn't get the scoop when she gave birth. But, I mean, honestly, don't know if they did or didn't. But either way, I'm happy for her. I'm glad that the baby had a safe delivery earthside. I pray for this child and the entire generation. Because if we fucked, Lord knows y'all are. But... I want the best for her and her child. And yeah, I mean, like the whole, oh, Rihanna's a great mom. She never leaves. Like, what you mean never? This baby is like 10 days old. Ain't no never. Like, everybody just calm down, inhale, exhale, unclench, and let this woman and her new family be as they adjust to this
If
new
you want
edition.
me to believe that you're a source, you tell me that fucking baby ate an entire roti and doubles.
Okay,
with
no, and you know
teeth.
better than that. You know
Week
better
one.
than
You tell me that. That's when I know, okay, you might have somebody on the inside.
Absolutely not. That nigga is guzzling
Okay.
breast milk or formula just like the rest of them.
You tell me that baby Taurus has completely chowed down on an entire plate of curry goat, and I'm like, all right.
I am glad that
Might
she had a
actually know some
Taurus,
tea.
though. I am glad she had a Taurus because Taurus
Why?
is notoriously are obsessed with
Notoriously?
notorious.
Notoriously?
You notoriously obsessed with like they like nice things. They like rich shit. They like comfortable shit. They like material goods.
Oh.
Tauruses love
Didn't know that I identified
opulence.
as Taurus.
They love glamour. They love rich bitch shit. Give a fuck about a nigga. Like, that is very big Taurus energy. So this baby, I think, has the perfect parents for their son. And yeah, just happy for them and him, and hope that they all get to thrive together. One big happy family.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Rocky stays out of jail.
Absolutely. I wasn't going to say that part, but glad you did.
Yeah, we praying for the Cinnamon Girls.
We are.
Brandy, I guess, is keeping the Jack Harlow meme going as she has recently dropped a freestyle.
Oh no.
This? I don't. Okay, but B Rocka, Brandy's rap alter ego, has resurfaced. The cancellation of queens can't keep a queen down.
Please, because that was such a pertinent moment for me in the song. I wish you had not said that. Of all the lines, I wish you had not said that one, but okay.
So we talked about Jack Harlow being all white and not knowing that Brandy and Ray J are literally brother and sister and have been famous for their talents as well as their familial ties since before anybody even knew who Jack Harlow was. Possibly before he was a glint in his mammy's eye. That's not how that works. Why do they always say a glint in your dad's eye? Why can't she be a glint in your mama's eye?
I'm not sure, actually. I was about to say maybe it's because, like, your mama knows that you're hers, but your daddy don't. But I don't think that's the right saying for that.
Sounds right.
I think that one is like mama's baby, daddy's maybe. But yeah, I mean, I think it's what I've heard is twinkle in your mama's eye before you was a twinkle in your mama's eye.
Oh.
So maybe that's it. Maybe it's
I've
different.
Heard that.
Yeah.
What twinkle sounds too feminine?
Oh,
glint sounds super.
Oh God,
butch.
that probably is it. How whack. That's probably it. But yeah, that's what I've heard, honestly. So here we are. And here we are, regardless, with actual legends beefing with 20-something-year-old white boys. Now, was that necessary? Throwing your own things on the ground?
Link is in my lap. Like, what? Wait. Hey, whoa.
So Link is about to come in like, whose house are you fucking up? Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, you acting like you didn't just, okay, because we hung out.
She peed on the rug today.
Oh, damn. Was she mad because you didn't give her no Pokeball?
Probably. And she's been shitting.
Because she really, I just want you to know, I didn't give that to her. She stole it off the table.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
Some rice fell on the rug. So I picked it up and put it on the table so I could throw it away. And she just came
She's
over and
literally a child. She is like, oh, you're not my mama, so I'm gonna do what I want.
She was like, oh,
Because
you're wasting good rice.
Punish me. So, oh well.
And I didn't know to punish her. I thought it was a fun game. So, I kept giving her rice. So this is my fault. But hey, girl. You remember? No, she don't. All right. It's fine.
So Brandy released a song, a scathing rap freestyle over Jack Harlow's current single, First Class, which samples another white woman we allowed to rap named Fergie. On her song Glamorous, which I forget is not luxurious, by another white woman we allowed to rap named
That's right. Correct. Oh.
Anyway, the song was great. I kind of wish she had just did this. It's been like I don't know, 2 weeks or so since this Jack Harlow clip came out. I don't really care no more. But I believe IMO Brandy did what she said she would do. I think that her version of the song is better than his. And
well,
there's that, and that's there. So I don't really know what to do with it.
Well, I will say that when I first heard Brandy's verse on this song going around, like literally as soon as I pressed play, I said, oh no, what is this? Oh God. Oh no, this is happening. Oh no, she's really doing this. And then I thought, oh God, this sounds like something they would have performed on Queens. And then that's when she gave the Queens line, like Queens is canceled, but you can't cancel a queen. And I said, oh God, oh no. So this is getting worse. And so I did not like it. I did not like the verse. I did not think it was done very well. But so many people were like, oh my gosh, she ate him up, that I was like, let me go listen to First Class. And that's when I understood, like, yes, compared to what Jack Harlow did, this was very good. This was incredible. This was mind blowing. She absolutely ate that nigga, chewed him up and spit him out, regurgitated fully.
And because let's dissect that.
It's so bad. Like the original version of this song, the Jack Harlow version of this song is very not good, to the point where Brandy hopping in and giving her auntie bars about you don't know me and I'm a queen from Queens. Right. And how dare you try to cancel a queen who can't be canceled even though Queens was canceled. Like, let me tell y'all about Reagan and the stock market of 88. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, we don't care, but...
I remember when the Sugar Hill Gang was just a group.
Y'all know about Lisa. Like, we don't. Stop this. So I was really confused until I heard Jack Harlow's song. And then I was like, oh, this is why niggas is hype. Because it is. Brandy's verse is much, much better than what Jack Harlow put out there for y'all to listen to.
I'm not even a Jack Harlow hater in terms of his musical ability. I think he can rap just fine. I don't like that song. I don't understand why it's a single. So it's kind of like I'm not even shocked that she slid on his ass.
Yeah, it's the sample.
But dissecting it, it's like, get into what you just delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes this white boy who gave y'all this song that is booty butt cheeks.
I
am. He has songs I like. This is not one of them. And it's currently sitting on the top of his like charts and songs, and so like it's like performing really well. Probably because it's his like current single.
It's the sample. It's got to be because it's a sample.
And here comes this black woman that he barely knew existed, who basically came and ate him up for fun and then went back to doing her motherfucking bit. It's just like, it says a lot about the culture and the way that the culture is being monetized and digested and stuff these days. But
yeah, and I would rather look at it. I mean, I would really rather look at it like that than just as, because I feel like that's a more fair way of looking at it. Like I said, when I first heard the verse, I had not heard the Jack Harlow song. So all I thought was, God, this is terrible. But then when I heard Jack, I was like, oh, I see why you niggas are going up. But I didn't.
Crystal was like, oh.
I don't like it. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, I have to force myself to listen to certain things all the way through, because if I start to get like secondhand embarrassment, I will cut it off because I can't handle it.
Me.
So, yeah. So that was literally me. Once I had the thought about Queens, and then she gave the Queens line, I was like, oh, I want to turn this off so bad. But
you can't, like, after Queens, you can't really hear Brandy rap without thinking
it sounds exactly like Queens, but it sounds like literally a song the whole group would have done.
And she was rapping prior to that. B-Rocka was
yeah, she sure was
prior to that.
That's true. That's true.
Never quite
didn't curl over, and for a great reason. But
Brandy, it's not even like, I mean, you know what? I think, to be honest, for me, it's whatever brain bias I have with, like, I'm so used to you singing, and then it's like you're rapping now, and my brain has to be like, what? Like, not many people can just jump on either side of the fence for me, and it really worked. Lauren was one of the few people who I was like, I don't give a fuck which side of the coin you're giving me. Singing, rapping, I know I'm going to be great. To this day, like, even when Drake starts singing, a lot of times I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, here we go.
Like,
here you go again, right?
You know, shit,
yeah.
I'm so accustomed to him doing both singing and rapping at this point. But
okay.
Yeah, with Brandy, it's like, I feel the same way that you do in terms of just settling into her as a rap personality. But did she still steal off on his ass on his own song the way that she says she would? I have to say yes.
Yep, I do too. I would have never, ever thought that just based off her verse. But when you compare the two, she absolutely did. Completely beat his ass.
We so tired of white people. This young man went on to this goddamn radio show and didn't know Brandy and Ray J were brothers, and we have been flaming his ass and up out of hearing his ass ever since.
Not brothers, but yes.
Y'all like the rap Fred Savage up until this point. What's he?
And I think a lot of them, like, I don't have no issue with, I forgot the white boy's name that fast, Jack Harlow. I don't have no issue with that little white nigga. My issue is that, like, you let Brandy eat you up like that on the track, which just, I think, further proves her point. The fact that this 43-year-old woman did jump on a track and absolutely destroy you on your own fucking shit that just came out like 2 weeks ago. You ought to be ashamed. I wish they would have
done this in person, like, very.
Oh, yeah. Should have been an official remix. Yeah.
Yard, like,
absolutely.
Rap battled in the middle of a Foot Locker.
Yeah, I would have appreciated that for sure.
Or like an Ulta.
What, like around the eyeliner?
Yeah. Like in front of a Sbarro. Somewhere in the mall.
God bless it either way. Shout out to Brandy, because at first I was like, sister, I feel like this is an L for no good reason. And then I was like, ooh, maybe it's not.
Candy Barras was on Watch What Happens Live and playing one of Andy Cohen's little weird ass games. And they were talking about verses and who would win in verses and stuff like that. And when they pulled up Escape and Destiny's Child, Lil Jon and Candy said that Escape would win. And to that, I have to say, lies and tricks and folly, folly, folly. Never in a day.
I'm so
Candy,
sorry.
I love you to
I'm
bits.
so sorry.
I really love you. But
Beyonce,
incorrect.
sweetie. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. No, but I feel like Candy, Candy, I understand more than Lil Jon. Maybe John did it because, he right there with her. It's Atlanta. They're they're of a certain age. But baby, when you look at the hits and the vocals, there's
really
simply no way. There's either way you slice it. Destiny's Child 3 or 4 takes that. They take it every time. Like, y'all are trying it.
I mean, honestly, I'm not even going to give Candy too much fire over this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
me either.
Lil Jon
this
was
is
like,
Andy's fault.
Escape. This is absolutely Andy's fault. He's the worst. And we've been down to the Watch What Happens Live. They give you a shot downstairs before you even get your
they get you good and drunk
to go upstairs. They sit you down in waiting or whatever and literally give you an IV with rum and tequila in it. And then like
yeah, when you're a bartender, that's real alcohol back there. Like, you can drink.
Sweet.
you can drink.
Every commercial break, they top you up. Everyone's loaded.
They do.
Everybody. I want you to know it. And everyone in the room is drunk.
Even if everybody was sober, I'm not mad at Candy for picking her own group.
I was going to say that. Like, what are we, like, I mean,
of course I'm gonna be like, yeah, put the read up against anybody, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You can put the read up against This American
Joe
Life.
Rogan?
I'll be like, it's us, nigga.
Yeah. Me, bitch. I get it.
Right.
It's like on
too.
Jocelyn's pet. Cabari, when she was like, she asked that one bitch, like, oh, you think you look better than Beyonce? And the girl was like, yes.
I do.
Like, was she supposed to say no?
Yeah,
she's incorrect, but like, let the girl believe in herself.
But Jocelyn was offended, like, bitch, how dare you say that about Beyonce?
Immediately trying to make TV with her whack ass. That bitch supposed to say I'm ugly?
Yeah, I mean, according to Jocelyn, yeah, she definitely was supposed to be okay, not next to Beyonce. But I'm not mad at nobody for picking themselves in a competition against somebody else.
That's what I would have said.
That's all I'll say. Like, I felt like this was more of Bravo and Andy's fault than anybody else's. Because do you really expect Candy to be like, oh, let me give it to Beyonce and Kelly and Michelle? Like, let Candy have her shit. Like, Escape had their moment. They are who they are. You'll never take that away from them. Destiny's Child is certainly a successor of Escape. Like, I won't necessarily say that they like got their shit from them, but
they had to have been famous.
Everybody who came before us paved the way for the ones who came after us. So like, I would have just let her have that. However, the rest of us.
I mean, what am
I supposed to do when you say that to me? And then I start thinking about, come on now, because when we talk about Escape vocals, the problem is not the Scott sisters.
Well, I don't know.
The problem vocally with Escape is not the Scott sisters. I'm so sorry. It is Candy.
Hits and wow. I blame Chloe.
It's Candy and it's what's her name? Blue contacts.
Tanisha's.
What's her name?
Tamika Cottle.
Tamika, yes. It's
Tiny.
Goddamn. I call her babe. Tiny.
Oh my God.
It's Tiny and Candy that are the issues vocally when it comes to Escape. Wow. And then, sheer number of hits, that's not something that can really be.
There's not even a discussion.
Controlled for.
That.
Right. We're not doing that.
Incorrect.
So,
it's just wrong.
I just didn't take this seriously because, of course, Candy is going to say her own group over Destiny's Child.
And I respect that.
I do, too.
Respect that.
I do.
Still a lie. That one girl that we had talked about, Gina, that was dating Diddy, apparently is no longer. She has a song out.
Oh,
or she's
Christ.
saying that she's single.
Girl,
Don't even.
I don't care,
Y'all,
sister.
Don't
I
even
do
waste your
not
time.
care.
I listen
Please.
so that you don't have to. Okay. She ain't talk about nothing.
Okay.
They ain't talking about nothing.
Okay.
And honestly, again, girl, if you ain't have a savings, start a savings. Or at least plug that payment information into the Saks Fifth app. I don't even know what the fuck you were doing, hun. But this music shit, these beats per minute, you can keep all that.
Yeah. And you should
You
have
can keep
had
it.
one. You should have had a savings account, a backup plan, whatever else, for when this old man decided that he was
Crypto.
tired of you, because your only job was being affiliated with him. So, yeah,
Okay, we
you should have
keep
had a backup plan.
We keep calling Sean old. How old is?
He's like 52, is he not?
That's not that old.
No, he's old compared to these girls. To these girls in their 20s.
I'll blast a 52-year-old off if you look good.
50. Okay,
And got
52.
funds.
But if all your girlfriends are under
But what
32,
I'm not going to do is get up onto Blue Ivy's World
don't do
Wide
that.
Web
Sure
and get to
won't.
fussing with the next bitch
Correct.
over a 52-year-old. No. How did Jessie J do her no? No.
Yes, that's exactly what she did.
Child, she said she blocked this nigga and everything. Like, girl.
Oh, okay. Good for you, sister.
You're literally gorgeous. You can go. Once you've hit puffy status, you already know that like the niggas are out here for you.
Yeah.
Stack your funds. Okay. Pile up these Birkins.
Sure.
Keep your bottoms red.
Yeah.
And punch. And that's not saying that's not what you're doing, but you're doing that while also trying to get my Spotify streams and shit like that. And it's not gonna happen, good sis. So
yeah.
God bless.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have nothing else for her. Let that be that. Truly.
Rapper Gunna has been denied bond in the big YSL Rico case taking place in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
The Fulton County DA says that T and YSL are the ones that direct violence. They direct their troops to commit acts of violence. And it seems as though they're not taking their feet off them necks.
Yikes.
Prosecutors say that Gunna is a documented gang member. And that
yikes.
the judge says his biggest concern has been witness tampering. It's not looking good for these rap niggas. These rap niggas.
It's not looking good for Gunna in particular.
And like, honestly, I feel like a lot of these rappers are just affiliated with niggas that are actually tough and violent and murderous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they get them, champagne flutes and cleavage and all of the, snips and snails and puppy dog tails. All of the stuff that young boys like. And that's what gets them street nigga rap star legitimacy.
Yeah.
And then when keeping it real goes wrong, you have this.
Yes. I mean, I don't either, because on the one hand, I would say like 95, not like being like, whatever you girls are talking about, I'm fucking over it.
Jail? Oh no, I'm out of here. Y'all talking about the police? Get me gone. Fucking lunatic.
So like overwhelmingly, I'm like, oh no. This is the police. This is America. This is the criminal justice system. This is a black man. Not like over there protesting. This is so like most of it is like, ooh, and it's Georgia on top of that. They love to lock niggas up. Like,
oh, they do.
So most of my feelings are in that direction. And then the rest of me is like, Oh, but I want to see the evidence that's compelling the judge to say that this nigga is a significant threat to witnesses. I want to see what they have linking him to this allegedly dangerous activity. Like, I want to hear, like, not saying that they actually have something, especially something that justifies keeping this man in jail for the rest of the year. I truly doubt that. But there's a part of me that's curious to know what they do have that is making them feel like this is necessary. Is it just that he's black? Is it just because he's famous and a rapper and everything else? Probably.
Well, he's affiliated with a gang of niggas that have like real charges.
No, ESL does back to school drives, okay? And that's it. That's what the rest of these niggas have been telling me. They tell me ESL doesn't do anything other than good for the community.
No.
They paint rainbows and sunshine in the goddamn sky. They make sure that all the kids have the freshest Crayola products every September. That's what you niggas said.
So
you niggas said Yves Saint Laurent never did a thing wrong in their life.
All of you bitches talking about English as a second language should go back to school. It's not the topic at hand. So good luck catching up. I need some summer school night classes.
I just love that Link won't rest. Link is like, y'all need to hurry up and move past this because
I can't even find this, but whatever. I don't even know where she is. So yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, good luck, young man. I don't know what the truth is. I suppose we'll see. And you know, I hope Chloe Bailey's got her eyes wide open.
Did you see she tweeted the next day, life is hard? I said, that's racist. That's right. Life is hard. Life gets rough sometimes, girl. You are not wrong about that. I mean, and she might not even been talking about that nigga getting locked up, but the timing was, it was just too good. And this is where we are. We'll see where it goes. I hope the truth comes out, and I'll leave it there.
Kehlani's got a brand new video for
oh my god, why would you do this to me?
Her new album is titled Blue Water Road. I quite enjoy it. I think it's really good.
It is.
And she's got a new song called Melt. Mm-hmm. And in the video for Melt, which is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Me too.
She's all in love and running around Brazil being gay and pretty with her new boo, 070 Shake, who is like a rap sing star who apparently has been linked to Kehlani since last year, since October, maybe at least.
Okay.
Oh, they were spotted at a fashion show. They were cozied all up together on Instagram, it says. And now they're making things official with this sexy ass video where they're all cute and kissy and smiley and in love. Mm-hmm. And if you know anything about me, you know that I am all for love stories, especially queer love stories that don't involve a cisgender male. So, yay! Love wins.
Yeah, I also love Kehlani's album, even though so much of it is about being in love, and I don't normally love songs about being in love, but I do. I don't, but I do love this. Even before the video came out, even before she debuted this nigga of hers, and so watching the video, I honestly was just like, wow, I really don't know. And I don't know that I've ever felt that passionately about somebody enough to like put them out there for the world to see me claiming them. I don't think I've ever, I don't think I've ever felt that strongly about somebody, but you know, they shot this video in Brazil and it's very like, oh, we co-directed and it's a dyke ass vision and we're wearing white in a church. You know it, of course. It's like all these different artsy ass shots in it. But the lyrics of the song make so much sense when you see this person, like the whole, our hair is exactly alike. We have the same skin, and I want to be inside. Like I want to wear your skin as a suit. Like you get the vibe when you see the video. So it's really beautiful. It really, really matches up well with the song. And I'm so happy for Kehlani and this Shake person. And yeah, it just made me feel like, oh, maybe one day. I just thought I was over like wanting a love like that. But this is just beautiful to watch. So I can't believe you brought this up of all the things. So.
Well, I love Les.
You do.
I love a good lesbian.
You do.
Love
you
story.
Love a little she for she.
I really enjoy it.
You do.
And I think they're very cute together.
They
I
are.
really loved, like I said, I loved Kehlani's album. So yeah, I'm watching that, and her baby is so cute.
Oh yes, Adea, very adorable. Also on the album, saying the words "blue water," and of course, niggas are losing their minds for that. Same way we do anytime our faves children say words, we just kind of go crazy. Kids can say anything. Remember when Blue Ivy fucked up her pronunciation of Beyonce and everybody was like...
literally going to say, do you remember Beyonce?
Do you remember Beyonce?
We all were like, that's your name. What's your problem?
It's simply Beyonce, bitch. We've never heard of anyone else.
Call the courts and whoever and change it now.
Fix it.
Gee.
Fix it. She said what she said. So yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I wish Kehlani and her family the absolute best. Gorgeous song, gorgeous album. Go listen to it.
I'm gonna leave it there because all I've got left is the fact that Kanye West is redesigning McDonald's packaging.
Oh no, don't have time for that.
And it's just like between him and what Balenciaga's got going on lately. The designers want all us to look like we in Mad Max Thunderdome.
They do.
I don't have time. And I don't really wear the Yeezums. People know how I feel about that shit.
Right.
But I do partake in a little bit of the Balenciaga from time to time. So the fact that they out here, you know what?
No, that's right. No, that's
right. If
right.
you want to, get your McDonald's in a Jetsons cube or, eat it outside, eat it out of a fucking combat boot.
No. Them boots look crazy too. If you're into that Kanye shit, that's your business. But otherwise, if you're over here in the land of the rational thinkers with the rest of us.
I mean, he's just all his influence and whatever his taste is really being it's everywhere right now. And I think it has less to do with general beauty or appeal and more to do with just influence and marketability.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% it does. So I agree with you there, friend.
All right, that's going to be it for the Hot Tops. And we're going to take a break, come back, read your letters, talk about whatever you line about it and shit, and then move on with our lives.
Hey, y'all, certain people just make my life so much easier. I don't know what I would do without them. Like, of course, my main slur, Kid Fury, the person that I have built this whole career with, the person who knows so much about my life and my struggles, my girl Fran and Jade, all my very closest friends that I confide in with all of the things that are going on in my life. And, just the way that I could not do things or get through certain situations in life without my very closest friends. It's kind of like if you own a growing business and you need to hire somebody else coming in and making things so much easier because they do the work for you. And that's kind of what ZipRecruiter does. ZipRecruiter makes everything so much more simple because, again, they do the hiring for you. And right now you can try them out for free at ZipRecruiter.com/theread. ZipRecruiter uses its powerful tech to find and match the right candidates up with your job. You can easily review these candidates and invite your top choices to apply. And ZipRecruiter has a complete suite of tools that make it easy to filter, review, and rate your candidates. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate who applies within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2 satisfaction ratings as of January 1st, 2022. In fact, the hardest thing you have to do is remember the special URL, girl. That's ZipRecruiter.com/theread. That's where you go to try ZipRecruiter for free. Again, that is ZipRecruiter.com/THEREAD. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. Let them know Kefir and Crystal sent you, and let's get back to the show.
All right, we're back, and it is now time for your listener letters.
Yes, it is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on this show. Our first letter this week comes from Helga. And Helga says, "Hey, Crystal and Kid Fury. My husband and I have 2 kids, one together and one from his previous relationship. After seeing the lack of planning for death happening over and over in the Black community and how it can wreak havoc on grieving families, especially blended families, I really want us to get our wills together. It's so important not only because we have property and savings and life insurance, but also because our kids are school age. And if something happens to us, I want to make sure they are in the care of the right people in the right way. And I just don't want my loved ones to worry about what to do if I pass away. I feel like taking care of my arrangements is a way of taking care of the people I love. After years of talking about it, but not actually doing it, my husband admitted to me that he simply does not want to think about us dying."
Aww.
I didn't even think about his anxiety about that because I'm very practical. I'm just trying to handle business and protect our babies. And on top of that, the mother of our oldest son is raggedy as hell. We have him full time. That's what she said.
I know. So I'm laughing.
We have him full time. And though it's ultimately not my decision, I would be rolling over in my grave if I found out that baby ended up in an unhealthy home with his biological mom. How do y'all recommend I approach this with compassion with my husband, but also get the shit done? It would bring me so much peace, and I know it's the right thing to do, but we have to do it together. Love you guys. You're part of my self-care regimen. Thanks, Helga Pataki.
I knew it.
You did know it. You did know it.
I knew it. I was like, there's no way someone wrote in as Helga and it wasn't.
That's right.
That's
yeah, it was.
Kind of feel for your husband. Death is scary.
It
for
is.
people. But I also completely understand where you're coming from. Especially this day and age, ain't shit promised. If you have Black or brown skin, you already know don't nobody give a fuck about your life or lack thereof.
Correct.
So having things in matter of fact, hell, you done reminded me to get some papers and shit.
Listen.
Rearranged it together. Shit,
Same.
I'm playing game my damn self.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess maybe therapy would help a lot here just for your man, for you, and just getting to a place, because obviously you have a sensitivity to how he feels about it because you write into our dumb Black asses asking us for advice or whatever. So I guess that's a good start. But you're also not like a professional. Like I don't know how to guide someone through, you know, fear and discomfort and anxiety when it comes to death and things. So like he may need to talk to someone who can help him professionally just navigate those feelings, as well as tabling them somewhere important.
Yeah.
So that work can be done to secure the future for the kids. Because I imagine like this is going to be paperwork that would take I don't know, let's say a couple weeks worth of work and shit.
Yep.
And then that's that. It's done. You know what I mean? It's taken care of, and you don't have to mill around in the thoughts of death
Right.
and familial loss and anguish. But yeah, it's something. It's like you said. I think it's something that he's just gonna have to get to a place where he can be practical about it, but being sensitive to how he feels is important, because it's not like irrational.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's actually very understandable. Very few people want to think about their own death and what that will mean, especially like for the people that they're leaving behind. It's not like anybody's like, ooh, let me sit here and reminisce on what will happen when I die. Like, that doesn't happen. So I get that. At the same time, death is a certainty for all of us.
Yeah.
And we don't know the day nor the hour, most of us. And so I feel like, as somebody who is also very practical, I would really want to say it to him like that. I would definitely want to be like, nigga, don't nobody want to think about this. And yet it is something that simply needs to be discussed regardless. Like, when I was 10 years old, my parents went on a vacation and they were flying, which is not something my family did very often. And I remember my mother sitting me down and being like, if me and your daddy die in this plane, then this is what will happen to y'all. And I was just like, I must really be an adult because, wow, not me having this very grown conversation, but yeah. And I mean, not saying that they necessarily made the right decision, but what I am saying is that, like, it's important to be able to admit the reality of life to yourself. And even if you don't sit down and tell your kids, if mommy and daddy don't come home one day, this is what will happen. Like, not saying you need to do that, but I am saying that if there are things you specifically do not want to happen, you need to get that in writing. And you need to do that ASAP. Like, you can hope for the best with everything else, but if it's like, under no circumstances should such and such be allowed to have custody of our child, and this bitch lost custody for a reason, and this is it, and if something happens to us, then this is their appointed guardian. Like, you need to get that done. And so, since this is your husband's biological child, it's probably going to be on him to really make that decision. Yeah. First and foremost. So yeah, I would either try to explain to him like that, like, look, nobody wants to, but we need to. And if something happens, we don't want to, you know, have this hanging over our heads of like, we didn't take care of our children in our deaths. And if he still doesn't get it, then I agree with you that therapy is probably the next best way to go to get him on that page. But y'all are married, and the issue that you seem to really have here is not just your child, because I feel like you're secure that your child will go with your family, and so you don't have to worry about that. But it's this stepchild of yours that you're like, ooh, his mama a mess. And so, I mean, I love that you care that much about your stepchild, but like, your husband really needs to be on board. So if convincing him through words doesn't work, then I think being very patient in therapy is your only other option here. You have to let people work through it. I mean, you can't force it if that's not your child.
You can't do any documentation like that without him being involved.
I mean, maybe. No, I mean, it's going to say like, maybe if you have also adopted this child, but still, you would be one adoptive parent and he would still be the biological parent. So you definitely need your husband to be on board with this. So,
oh my God, niggas are so, no, let me not do that. I get it.
I mean,
I've commiserated with both of y'all death for so long that I'm just like, oh girl, like, no.
Right.
And this is why I feel like all Black people should have free health care and especially free therapy. And I think especially there need to be more organizations dedicated to the mental health care and therapy of Black men specifically,
Yep.
and redirection and like adjustment to
Mhm.
just the way that they look at, even starting at other Black men and Black women and
Yep.
all of these things. Because honestly, like, we can bust down this and Gucci that and whatever the fuck all we want to and flex, but you niggas are hurting.
Yep.
And
Very
you're
much.
scared and you're lost and you're
Yep.
misguided.
Yep.
And you don't have any fucking body to talk to about that. And you don't have the range or the understanding to even process the fact that you can have people to fucking talk to about that. And until you do, we're going to constantly be mixed matching all over the goddamn place.
Correct.
Because it's like, girl, we need y'all to be solid. We need you to be healthy.
Yep.
And there isn't enough encouragement, I think, in specifically Black men being mentally, emotionally healthy and balanced. Because y'all got niggas got y'all thinking that as long as you got a couple bands out here to dress somebody up or buy a bag or a whip or whatever the fuck that you're winning. But it's like, no.
Not at all.
That's not shit. Like, you have to really invest in yourselves and your way of thinking and your mental fortitude. Niggas are out here scared.
Yep.
Of basic shit, and it affects everybody around them.
Yep. Oh, that's very true. So yeah, Helga, best of luck. If conversations don't work, hopefully therapy does, but regardless, for all of us, like, we all have to come to terms with the fact that, like, we are not on this earth permanently. And so making whatever plans we can for what happens after we're gone, it matters depending on whether we have people
Exactly.
People we are responsible for. And y'all do. So
exactly.
But best of luck with getting that handled. Let us know how it goes, please, sister. Our next letter comes from Ruby, who says, my husband and I were having a light debate about whether Kevin Samuels is valid in the way he demeaned women, which shouldn't even be debatable, but whatever.
See, that's what I'm talking about now.
Yeah. But in the middle of this debate, my husband mentioned that I wasn't a 10.
Excuse me?
Now, you may be wondering if I'm
your husband?
You may be wondering if I'm writing this from jail, but no, I'm laying in bed watching him storm out.
And he's in bed and he's in the ground?
Oh no, he's storming out of the home because
he yet lives. Okay.
He tried to invalidate my hurt and anger at his comment. Mind you, he followed it up with, I mean, as a whole package, yeah, you a 10, but on looks, honestly,
shut
no, you're
your
not.
Ass up. What?
And then he said, but you don't need to be a 10 because you're a good person. And to me, that's as bad as saying, I mean, she ugly, but she got a good personality.
Oh, fuck no, this nigga did not.
I do have challenged self-esteem.
Link jumped up. She hopped up. She was comfortable in her bed. And she was like, oh, no mess. Look, see, there she go.
Yeah, there she go. And so even though that last comment had me thinking divorce, I do want to ask y'all if y'all think I'm projecting my insecurities onto him instead of appreciating his honesty. Would you be mad if a partner said this to you? I started listening to y'all after I went through some dark days, and I want to thank you so much for helping to keep the bad voices at bay. Love you and hope things are well. Thanks, Ruby. Oh, Ruby. Well, thank you so much for the compliment, sweetheart. But let me say this. A nigga telling me I'm not a 10 and then talking about, oh, no, you're a whole package, but looks wise, no, you're not. Nigga, looks wise, I can't wait to divorce you.
Let me fucking tell you something.
You got me fucked up.
Let me fucking tell you something, bitch.
The fact that he ever listened to Kevin Samuels, I would be highly tempted to leave him off the strength of that alone. But then to turn around and tell you to your face that you're not a 10, why did you marry me if you didn't feel like I was the most gorgeous woman on earth? If you didn't feel like you would at least lie to me in that way, why are you even here?
Let me fucking tell you something.
Overall, you're a great package. What does that mean? You wash my drawers and you don't complain about it. Therefore, that makes up for the fact that you got a dog face. Oh,
you gotta hide the fucking
hide the knives.
Set. Okay, do you hear me? Hide the cutlery blocks.
Hide the knives, because I'm killing you, nigga.
14 to 15 pieces of knives.
Wow.
Are you out of your motherfucking everlasting God-forsaken motherfucking black ass mind? How dare you? Who says that?
You don't need to be a 10 because you a good person. What?
First of all, no shade, no tea, and you don't even have to entertain what I'm about to say. I'd love to see a photograph of this nigga.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say the same thing.
Because the niggas who be like, oh, well, you ain't really a 10 anyway. I give you about an 8.5. You motherfucking ashy elbow, booger wolf looking ass bitches be a 2.5 yourself.
Exactly.
And be the first one to be in line to rate somebody else.
Absolutely not.
With your werewolf in London foot having asses. Fuck you. Fuck you indeed.
Woo.
You need to be drafting up papers. I don't know what the fuck. You a Kevin Samuel stan and you gonna tell me to my motherfucking face that I ain't no goddamn 10 and then try and butter me and talk about, oh, but your personality gives you a 10. But the looks, no. Well, fuck you then, bitch. Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Let me tell you something. Go find you a 10 then. Do that. Go find you a 10 and let me know how that goes. You do that. And then I'll go find somebody who thinks I'm a 10. And we'll see who ends up in a healthy relationship first.
I bet I'm supposed to be grateful for your honesty, huh?
Wow. No. Tell him don't let a dead nigga break up your marriage. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Sweets. Because guess what? He can't give you a couch to sleep on. He barely has one.
Okay? Don't let a nigga who died single on top of a girl he met the day before. Don't do that.
Have you divorced to the bitch you married?
Don't do that. Oh, wait. I feel like your husband knows that you have challenged self-esteem, and that's why he's telling you, oh, well, looks-wise, you're not a 10, but you're a great person. So it makes up for it because, you know, you do things for me or you're in service to the rest of the world. So you being a good person makes up for the fact that you're fucking ugly. What? Absolutely not. I don't need that. I'm not saying you should necessarily divorce him, but I am saying I don't think that you're like being wrong. I don't think you're projecting your insecurities. This is a fucked up thing for a husband to say to his wife. It would be a fucked up thing for a wife to say about her husband. It's fucked up.
You know what I need ratings on? My meals on Postmates, restaurants on the fucking delivery apps.
Yeah.
Okay, professional divers.
Exactly.
Okay, ballroom dancers.
Yeah.
Houses, Voguers.
Correct.
That's where you can give me numbered ratings. Okay? Not on the looks of your fucking spouse, you bitch.
I mean,
this nigga went down to the Burlington factory and got a couple of discounts and bust a couple of coupons on the counter, and you motherfuckers were like Tabernacle. I'm worried. I'm like
ain't that
I get
hideous?
worried about y'all.
That's hideous. How dare a man say something like that to you? I mean, like,
so I'm supposed to just be married to you now.
Knowing that that's how you feel about me, I'm supposed to just sit up in the bed with you every night, knowing that's how you feel. Right. We don't have to do this. Oh no, baby.
You can go and find you a 10, but I bet you can't, bitch, because I guarantee that your motherfucking
you not a
ass
10.
is underneath 3.
I mean, you a good person. You ain't gotta be a 10.
Fuck you.
And what does that mean? If I'm fine, I don't have to be a decent person because I'm fun to look at? So you'd rather have... Are you telling me that a beautiful wife who treats you like shit is the same as a wife who is like a 6 or a 7 who is actually good to you?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. So, in regards to your questions, are you projecting your insecurities? I would say no. He is illuminating your insecurities. I feel like he is putting your insecurities on display and then being like, how dare you react to these? But yeah, I don't think this is projection. I think this is your man actually being mad and rude. Honestly, this is a rude thing to say. Why would you marry me if you didn't feel like I was I really don't get that. I don't. I can't picture me being like, yes, I'll sign this contract to share my life and my finances and everything I acquire with you. But I don't think that you're attractive. I wouldn't consider you a 10. Like, I can't imagine saying that about my spouse. My spouse.
Even if you didn't think that your spouse was a 10.
No, my spouse is the finest nigga of all time, period.
Even if you're like, well, you know what? You can be finer. There's Rihanna. There's Beyonce. There's Naomi Campbell. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, even if that's the case, you are really ready and willing and comfortable to say this honestly and earnestly to your spouse in defense of a dead nigga that don't know you, that was trash and was not married.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really what it is. In defense of Kevin Samuels, okay. Go marry Kevin Samuels. Go follow Kevin Samuels and all of his ideas about the kind of type of wife that you're supposed to have. And you let me know how that works out for you. Or don't. You can actually just never contact me again. But go follow your daddy's teachings and leave me alone if that's truly how you feel about it. A nigga telling me that I'm not a 10, but I'm a nice person, so that makes up for it. I feel like I would never get over that. That feels so disrespectful.
I don't know how you... I mean...
Yeah. That's very stank. That's very ugly. Like, literally never talk to me like that. That feels like, why don't you just spit in my damn face? Just spit in my face. That's so rude. I'm sorry, Ruby, that your husband said that to you while y'all were having what was supposed to be like a lighthearted debate and ended up with him being in his feelings for some other reason.
Y'all need role models.
Yeah. But good luck with this conversation. Let us know what you decide to do. Our last letter comes from Joy, who says, hey, y'all, I'm a 30-year-old single Black woman at a crossroads. On one hand, I make pretty good money doing HR at a Fortune 500 company. But on the other hand, I feel like I'm unhappy and unfulfilled in life. I have a lot of dreams that I want to pursue, but a large part of me just wants to say, fuck it all. And it kind of feels like at this point, I don't really have a purpose in life. I recently joined the military to help me find my purpose and stay tethered, but the self-destructive thoughts keep popping up. When things have been rough for you guys, what made you push through and decide to still kick it on this dreadful rock we call Earth? I know I need professional help and I will get it, but I would still appreciate hearing your perspective. Thanks for what you do, Joy. Joy. Oh, girl. What a real ass question this is. I would just say, like, for me, I think remembering the things that I still want to do that I have not yet had the opportunity to do has been important. Surrounding myself with people who help me see my value as something other than like what I can produce for other people has been very important. writing lists of things that like I want to do or want to see someday, things I want to like be around for has been very useful. And remembering that like, especially in this American society with everything as fucked up as it is, and honestly, the more time goes on, the more fucked up this country reveals itself to be. Like, reminding myself that I am just a human who was born into this situation. I didn't make this situation. It is utterly fucked, and yet I am here. And so I'm doing my best with what I was given. But I didn't make the world this way. So, yeah, really just clinging tight to my friends, the people who have chosen to be in my life and to love and support me the way that I am, the people who understand me and want to be there for me. That has been, they have been my pillars more than anything else. I'm sorry you're going through it and you feel like you're at a crossroads, but all I will say, like, as far as advice is, please don't let whatever place you're in, as far as like work or career, be what makes you define your worth as a person. Because, I mean, this is just a crazy place. We're in a ridiculous world. And people are pushed and pressed to like pretend that they are things that they aren't and try to be things that they're not and all that. So yeah, I think that's my main advice. Anything from you for Joy, friend?
I don't really have advice in navigating. I'm dealing myself. Also, you know, I agree that we're all just here. I didn't ask to be here.
Sure did not.
And well, all of the with the intersectionality that is my existence and the ways that my people of more than one community are beat up on, I just be here, you know. And a lot of the times it makes me want to feel like, you know, maybe just by my own wiring, the wiring I was birthed with, I feel the need to be like, no, I need to be a part of getting motherfuckers to understand. No. And I can do that to an extent, but also I am just one human being with, you know, whatever percent water and some rocks or whatever and that make people. And amen. I need recharging and replenishing and rest just like any other living motherfucker walking around, whether they're privileged or not. So I guess I say all that to say that, like, checking in with myself, giving myself a break, reminding myself that I can't fix the planet. I can only do the best that I can and hope for the best in the process is important. It doesn't always feel like it tips the scale in a helpful direction, but it is what it is. We ain't asked to have this shitty place be so shitty.
We did not. Amen to that.
So,
yeah.
There are small wins every now and then, even in the darkness, like seeing Queen Latifah teach Kavya James how to play pool.
That was beautiful.
Every now and
oh, then what a clip.
Yeah. Positivity.
Yeah. That was a beautiful moment. I was so glad they shared that with us.
I was just like, this is what I need. This
Yep.
is literally what I needed.
Yep. That put a light
Tavia
in my
could do
entire day.
anything. She could eat cereal. And somebody posted, I'm just like, oh, this is literally what today needed. I wonder if these kids will even, like, I hope one day they grow older and understand how much they saved some of us. Just by being babies.
Yeah, just by being their sweet, innocent selves and
Mm-hmm.
and being accessible on the internet for us to see them being adorable, because it's just reminders that, like, we weren't born fucked up. You know, the world made us fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The world did that to us. And at one point, we were adorable like that, too. At one point, we were sweet and innocent and just like
you couldn't tell me I wasn't Sailor Moon.
God bless, because wow, Sailor Moon, you know how I feel. Never made sense.
You couldn't tell me I wasn't Sailor Moon. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't a fucking the Black Ranger. I was like, and you know what's funny? It's just like when I was a kid, I really, like a child, like I don't know, 6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
I really was under the impression that, like, oh, I'm a kid and like I play and rely on the parents and they get everything. Mm-hmm. They know the things.
Oh, yeah.
And they are the reason that the planet can spin.
Nope, just kidding.
If it wasn't for adults, the planet wouldn't spin.
Wow.
And we would all die because they know how to, like, make things happen.
Yeah. You really
and
feel
now here
that
I
way.
am as an adult saying, girl, I don't know how this motherfucker is spinning, bitch, because everybody on this rock is dumb.
Correct.
So
it's true.
You know, I guess there's something about tapping back into that person. I guess we also get to do that as queer people.
Mm-hmm.
Like tap back into that person. It's just like, child.
Yeah. The rest of this is
I'm
bullshit.
Just Sailor Moon. Yeah. Maybe that's why I watch Drag Race. I'm just Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Because that's what Drag Race is. It's Moon Prison Power. It's people transforming into someone that fights evil by moonlight.
I mean, I would love to argue with this, but so far I cannot.
You can't. You can't, because I'm correct.
I cannot. I just need one of the girls who also hates Sailor Moon to come out and help me with
Call Megan Thee Stallion, I guess.
Megan hates Sailor the Moon.
Sailor Moon is so good.
Is it?
I mean, it's not.
Okay. I feel like it's nostalgia. And that's fine. And that's right.
Not very forward.
She existed in a moment.
The Sailor Moon reboot, she'll be a hard lesbian.
Like your Uranus and
Neptune.
Neptune.
Energy in the show already.
Right.
Like,
it was already gay as hell, but
yeah.
Yeah, I just, you know, we're all doing our very best, and I encourage you in seeking out professional help, Joy. I think that's a very good idea, but yeah, just be gentle with yourself more than anything else. Stop being so hard on yourself when you are just trying to survive in a world that does not make it easy to do that. So,
yeah.
Be nice to yourself.
What are we supposed to do?
Literally nothing other than your very best. Do your very best. And we want you around. Stick around. Please stick around. We want you around. We need you.
Well,
no, I'm saying it. We need you.
No, I mean, I too want you around.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's what I'm telling you.
Around.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I get why you would argue with that. And I'm still saying no. Fuck that part of you that tells you to argue with that. We want you around. Please stick around.
You know what I try to tell myself? Tomorrow the sky could crack open and we could all get a free Beyonce concert. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, that won't happen, but who knows?
Maybe the aliens have been Beyonce's all this time. We don't know. So maybe what I try to tell myself is the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
there could be some supernatural cosmic beauty that happens.
Yeah.
Where all the racist whites in the world just fall down dead. Then we get to turn the planet into Wakanda. We don't know. Maybe we'll get the Formation tour on Blu-ray and 4K UHD home video. We don't know. Because you got to be here to find out.
Exactly. And you'll be pretty pissed if you voluntarily check out and then that shit happens. Like, wow, I could have been there for that. So if nothing else helps, hopefully that does. But yes, please stick around. Please find somebody to talk to. We love you. Take care of yourself. That is going to wrap up the questions for this week. If you have a question for us, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take another quick break and be right back. Hey, y'all. As you know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's the perfect time to find one thing you can do to prioritize your mental well-being and write yourself a permission slip to get out there and do it. A licensed Talkspace therapist can help you identify what that permission looks like for you, whether it's setting some stronger boundaries, letting something go, woof, Lord knows that is my story, or gaining the courage to try something different. No matter where you are in your mental health journey, talking to a therapist makes a huge difference. Talkspace is a more flexible and convenient way to get high quality care, and you have several payment options to choose from. Once you match with one of their licensed therapists, you can message them anytime through the app or even schedule a live session. They have thousands of therapists across dozens of specialties. Talkspace is private, secure, and most importantly, accessible. So if you've been thinking about whether to go to therapy or go back to therapy, consider this your permission slip to put your mental health first. Match with your dedicated therapist today at Talkspace.com and use promo code READ during sign up to get $100 off your first month. Again, that's $100 off at Talkspace.com. Promo code READ. Take care of your mental health. Let them know Kim Fury and Crystal sing you, and let's move on.
Okay, we are back, and it is now time for the read. Take it away.
Is. Okay. So I just have one or two things I want to talk about this week. First of all, this school shooting in Texas, I'm really not going to get too deep into the actual details of that because it broke my heart in the same way that the Buffalo shooting did, just with young people instead of older. So
yeah.
You could just go back and listen to what I said then if you are confused. But I do want to talk about what y'all have been doing to my nigga Quinta.
Girl, because that was going to be mine.
I'm so glad you felt that way because Quinta Brunson, obviously creator, writer, star of Abbott Elementary, tweeted earlier today about how so many people have asked for a school shooting episode of Abbott.
Which is
insane to me. But, and so I said that thinking, that was going to be the worst of it and I was going to be able to let it go from there. But unfortunately, I am not able to let it go from there because, in that same thread, she then tweeted a screenshot of what somebody had written to her in reference to this topic. Oh, yes. And so she has cropped out their username. She hid their picture with a clown emoji because she's a sweet person.
Class.
But this person wrote to Quinta, "This is just an idea. For the eventual series finale, a school shooting episode to highlight the numerous ones in this nation. Formulate an angle that would get our government to understand why laws need to pass.
Girl!
I think Abbott Elementary can affect change. I love the show." This is where I said, oh no, y'all actually have got me full sucker fucked up. Because first of all, if actual dead children don't motivate the government, a TV show is not going to do it. If actual dead children, if families have to submit DNA samples because the children have been so mutilated that they cannot be recognized by their faces anymore, if that does not motivate the government to change, nothing else will. The idea that it is somehow on Quinta and the rest of the people who are working on Abbott to make this happen is absurd. And I hate that y'all put that kind of pressure on Black women, Black people, really, Black creators, in order to do something that can't just be entertainment, can't just be a fun, lighthearted thing that we can escape to, like a breath of fresh air, something wholesome for the whole goddamn family to be a part of. It can't be that all of a sudden it also has to take on the responsibility of getting the United States government to change the way they feel about guns, as if that is even possible. But if it was possible, as if a Black person could be the one to get them to change their mind about it. Like, baby, I don't know where you've been, but movies and TV shows, different manners of media in America, they have already depicted this shit before. This is not, school shootings didn't just start last year and here come Abbott, and Abbott is the first TV show since school shootings started. This has been depicted and it did not make no fucking difference. So I'm not sure why you think this girl's show now in this day and age at this time would make any difference when none of the other pieces of media that have depicted this kind of violence have made any fucking difference. You didn't see Higher Learning? I saw Higher Learning and nothing changed. You're asking this of a primarily Black cast. And this is another thing. I feel like the people who are asking this are overwhelmingly, they gotta be white. Because the rest of us, I feel like, would really think twice or thrice before we said, hey, Quinta, how about you fuck up a bunch of Black kids psychologically? Kids who are just actors, young actors, like, portraying 6, 7, 8, 10, 12-year-old kids, because and that's viewers, the age. Right. And viewers. Like, this is on ABC. This is a family show.
It's a family show.
But like, let's just put them through all the bullshit. Like, these kids already go through shooter drills anyway. That's a new thing. That was not a thing when I was in elementary school. Learning how to prepare for somebody busting into your classroom and learning how to like lock the door. And even if your own sibling is screaming at you to open the door and let them in, you can't do it because the gunman might be holding them hostage and then your whole class is dead. And you're putting that on kids and their teachers who make like $47,000 a year. You're putting that on them.
I hate this place.
As if the government might give a shit, even though they didn't when Sandy Hook happened. Not to be incredibly fucking real, but if they didn't give a damn about a bunch of white children dying in Connecticut,
girl,
they're for goddamn sure not going to care about a bunch of brown kids dying in Texas, or a bunch of Black kids dying in Philly,
that's
or
the first thing I thought.
Anywhere the fuck else. That was what blew my mind. You really think they're going to care more about us than them? They looked at them white ass kids that died at Sandy Hook and said, oh, well. Started whole ass conspiracy theories and shit.
Blaming like 4-year-old babies, 6-year-old babies and shit like that. And just chucking up a deuce. Literally.
At that point, I feel like y'all need to be real with yourselves and say you want to see it. You want to see a school shooting depicted on a show that is, yes, Abbott talks about like real life shit that goes on. It talks about the actual hardships that the school faces. But that is about being underfunded. That is about the school not having the resources they need. That is not about children losing their goddamn lives on their way to science class.
To your point, and just covering like the overall entitlement of the viewers, like some of y'all motherfuckers just be feeling like you need to say something, you need to have a point, right? Yeah. And you feel like this show that is based in an elementary school now, for whatever reason, has a responsibility to write something traumatic surrounding something because it's in the news, because you just are, again, in your water cooler mentality where you feel like you need to have something to say, as if Abbott Elementary has not already taken crazy stances on like what is right for people in these school environments, not just the faculty, but the children as well. And as if like the people in production at Abbott Elementary have not done literal physical things to help teachers and students in the real world. Now y'all sitting up here and talking out of the side of your motherfucking necks and out of the side of your goddamn ass about writing a school shooting episode when they just finished season 1 because what? Because what? Because you want to feel grand on social media and feel like you have a soapbox to stand on? Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. This isn't just like us. It's not just a water cooler conversation. There are numerous families that are in pain I could not even begin to fathom right now.
Yep.
And y'all sitting up here talking about people about how to fashion your entertainment shows for the following seasons so you can get what? Y'all bitches are weird.
And then to be like, do it for the series finale. The very last episode of Abbott that we ever get. You want it to be about black bodies dead in the goddamn hallway? Quinta said, I'm not even going to ask if y'all are okay because the answer is clearly no. The answer is clearly no. And she was a lot more diplomatic about it than I would have been. Like, I have to give that to her because the way I would have dragged you niggas.
Yeah.
Like literally, like Quinta said, this country is ruining y'all. It's fucking up y'all's brains to where you think this is a reasonable thing to ask. The government? Oh, I feel like Abbott could really be the catalyst for change. You really think that? You really think a fictional depiction of black children being gunned down at school is going to make a real life difference in this country? You must don't live in this country. I want to live in your reality where that actually makes fucking sense. Because that don't make no goddamn sense over here in actual real life where the rest of us are dwelling. It does not. That's absolutely not going to happen. And you want the last impression of this show for the rest of us to be screaming, horrified black children? Please leave. Please leave Quinta alone. Right. Please just leave Quinta alone. It honestly, I can't, I understand y'all don't care about Black lives, but that doesn't mean black people don't care. Especially about our own goddamn children. I don't want these babies, the actors that we saw in the first season of this show, to be subjected to that kind of bullshit. Because they are still children. And having them go through all that, for what? For what? When they could be doing TikTok dances and step classes and desking and going on field trips and being children. School shootings, really? And then framing it as, oh, the government will do better if you do it, Quinta. No, the fuck they won't.
If the government is not looking into the faces of families,
not at all,
who are burying babies, at the hands of their completely ridiculous, lax, inconsiderate, and irresponsible gun laws.
Yeah,
sweetheart. A story arc and a black ass show on ABC.
Yeah.
It's not going to tip the needle.
Yeah.
We're passionate. Everyone is really excitable right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you, okay, shoving yourself down the throats and necks and spinal cords of writers and entertainers.
Right.
It's not going to do anything but agitate people that are probably already agitated, sis.
Right.
Call your governor. Call your senator.
I mean, call your governor. Instead of hitting up Quinta and Abbott Elementary, hit up Greg Abbott, the nigga who is actually in charge of Texas, where anybody can buy semi-automatic weapons at I think at 18 with no background check and no training, no registration, no qualifications, just money and vibes. Anybody can do that and do whatever they want to with it from that point. And don't talk to me about more police being needed in schools or at schools, because the police was there and let that nigga on campus any fucking way. And he had almost 40 minutes inside that school to do his will until somebody, Border Patrol agent, finally took his ass down. So don't talk to me about that either. Children are dead. I went to bed thinking it was 13, woke up and it was 19. And 3 teachers. Like,
Exactly.
Heartbroken. I don't even have to have a nephew for me to be sad about this, but I do. And he's about to be 10 next month. He is the same age as these kids. He lives in Texas. Like, right. Like I just can't even tell you what it feels like to see the headline mass shooting at Texas elementary school. I can't even tell you what that feels like as an aunt of a kid who goes to a Texas elementary school. And then read about that and feel guilty and horrible because you're relieved that it's not about your nephew this time. This time. But you never know when it'll be about the people you know, or hell, about me. I'm in school. And you just never know. You could be anywhere. That's how fucked up this country is. Black people be at church, minding their business. Black people be at the goddamn grocery store. People be at school, and then y'all got ICE at the school after this shooting so that people who may be undocumented are afraid to go identify their children, pick up their children, comfort their children because they may be taken away from their kids. This place is fucked on a million different levels, man. But what y'all need to do is leave Quinta the fuck out of it. Do that. Leave Quinta and Abbott Elementary out of it. Talk to people who can actually do something about it. Y'all putting more on Quinta than you are the elected officials whose job it is to do something about this.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
America's broadcasting company, that's not their job. Disney, that's not their job.
Oh, that is what that stands for, ain't it?
I think so.
No, you're right. That's literally it. It don't stand for A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Oh, no. I don't think so. I think it's American Broadcasting Company.
No, it literally is.
Okay, amen.
Yeah, I'm high on lipids or something. I don't know what the fuck my problem is. Like,
I just want to say, I just wanted to make that very clear. Like, y'all are absolutely bullshitting in every way and putting shit on Quinta that is not her burden to carry. And I'm sorry. I will not stand for it. I cannot allow it. Talk to the people you elected. Joe Biden, how long will we let this go on? My nigga, you're the president. Truly, how long will y'all let this go on? How long will people who are allegedly Democrats let this go on? How long will Republicans, like y'all are losing people too? How long will y'all take checks and prioritize money over human lives? That's a great question, but it's one for y'all to answer. Not Quinta Brunson and the incredible cast of Abbott Elementary. Let them people do what they're doing, bringing joy and levity and warmth and sweetness and incredibly smart insight into our lives. Let them do that, and y'all do y'all's goddamn job and protect these kids. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You want them alive so goddamn bad. You're reversing abortion access all over the place. You ain't got no fucking formula to feed them. But if you want these kids to be here so bad, how about you make sure they have a quality of life? How about you make sure they can live? If you want them here so fucking bad. That's your job. If the government can't keep you alive, what the fuck is the point of the government? But that is it for me. I didn't have nothing else to say. I was just deeply disgusted by that entire conversation and had to say something. So.
Right.
Okay.
So that was actually going to be my read as well. I will say that alongside all of that, first of all, I hope that the likes of Judd Apatow, Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, Jim Carrey, all of the Hollywood girlies that were just bent into a pretzel over Will Smith and this slap. And the weeks long traumatization. Oh, yeah. Well, see, girls, where you at? What you doing? What's going on? That's it. Have you been donating? Have you been calling the calls? What if it would? Because I haven't heard anything yet. I mean, we're fresh off the heels of 2 mass shootings. Okay, they're killing babies and Black people. Babies trying to learn, Black folks trying to buy some groceries. What's up?
Are y'all lying awake at night, terrorized with nightmares of these shootings?
A lot of you have kids. A lot of you, know Black people or go to the supermarket. Where's all the outrage? You truly live in a bubble all your own, and your concerns are incredibly selfish and incredibly inside baseball and incredibly privileged, and you want people who live everyday lives, who are just trying to go down to Walmart and buy a fucking phone charger or something and then end up dead, or just trying to send their fucking baby to go to school and learn how to fucking multiply or something like that, and their baby end up dead. You're trying to like suck every bit of empathy, sympathy that you can out of them to continue to be fucking rich and privileged and whatever the fuck. And then when they're literally dying, what you motherfuckers were talking to every microphone that you possibly could about how Will Smith has scarred you. Yep. And I haven't heard a goddamn thing about all these Negroes who died in Buffalo. I haven't heard a motherfucking thing. Y'all bitches are weird. Woo. And fuck you on top of it. I will say that. And to everybody who's on Quinta Brunson's dick about rewriting the series finale of her motherfucking show like they didn't just wrap up season 1, you weird bitches. I would urge you to send that motherfucking energy over to all of these motherfuckers that had something to motherfucking say about 2 Black people handling some motherfucking personal business at the goddamn Oscars. I don't give a fuck if you agreed or disagreed with Will Smith smacking the fuck out of Chris Rock. That was a nigga telling a joke and a nigga handling him about it. And you got all these white people out here trying to piece us up and frame the way that we look about it or whatever. And you sitting on either side of it because you don't like Jada. Bitch, you better shut the fuck up and wake the fuck up and look at what the fuck is actually going on out here. Because they traumatize over rich niggas doing basic 101 violence to one another on TV or whatever, and niggas out here dying and we're not hearing nothing. You better get the fuck woke up out here, this motherfucker, tonight.
Yeah.
That said, I would also like to pass a read.
Okay.
Pass the read like we used to.
This comes from... Did you give yourself a fake name? Oh, no, you did not. It says Vanessa.
Okay.
This email says, to the Princeton professor who fucked students for decades and blaming getting fired on Black people.
Oh, wait.
Joshua Katz, as far as I'm concerned, you and your musty Who Shot Harry Potter and the cursed John looking ass can go fuck all the way off. And there's a picture included. I get it.
Amen.
You can go and find it because you have access to the email. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why the fuck can't you stop talking about Black people when the topic of you fucking your white female students comes up? Most of us at the grad level who studied the ancient Mediterranean know that you have a serious reputation for sleeping with your students. You literally done it for decades, and you've more than one ex who's prominent in the field. Shit started to hit the fan for you when you got engaged to someone who literally just stopped being your undergrad. And there were already investigations launched into your misconduct before the pandemic happened. In summer 2020, the Princeton faculty came together to write a letter outlining changes the institution could make towards racial equity. Katz, you then went out of your way to write your own op-ed piece about how someone needed to take a stand against the Negroes who were getting too uppity for wanting their institutions to actually change and support them. There's a link included in this email to it, which I read.
Oh, wait.
Is that right? And then you got really fucking creepy in the middle of it, talking about watching Instagram live videos of one of the Black student groups where you said that they were, quote, begging for blood, unquote, basically making Black folks sound unhinged and like animals. And like, you're in your 50s. So using a dog whistle to compare Black people to animals is definitely old school, but do you regularly watch students on Instagram Live? Or is that because your new wife is in her mid-20s? Just really fucking weird behavior all around. Cats, everyone clocked your ass for it in 2020. You don't even give a fuck about conservative talking points. You just knew that the school was closing in on your nastiness and you needed an out. Criticizing Black folks and dressing yourself up as a spokesman against wokeness was your lazy ass solution, and you knew that if you allied with conservatives, they would have given a fuck about you fucking your students. Fast forward to this weekend, Princeton University, like the official school entity itself, decided to fire your ass, revoke all your shit because you lied to them during the initial investigation, and they caught your ass in literal multiple lies. The amount of incriminating emails that you send out, like, do you think that your correspondence just disappears after you send it out into the world from your official email? You decided to pull all your shady shit in writing and then lie during the investigation about what you did. Yeah. Your lies around this made the school look like a fucking fool, and that's literally the one thing that institutions can't stand. I thought you'd shut your mouth considering Princeton has lawyers that literally live for scenarios where they get to tear people apart. But no. Yesterday, you had to go in the fucking Wall Street Journal and again blame all this shit on, quote, the summer of George Floyd and try to say that the school is canceling you over trying to point out the secretly racist and illegal anti-racist document. Again, there's a link to that document as well. You mentioned that you were already punished for sleeping with your student, but that's not even the issue here because sadly, Ivies care very little about that topic unless it reaches news cycles. The issue is that you misrepresented facts about how you engaged with your students, and now Princeton is desperately scrambling to save face. And you're really ready for all these details to come out? You really want to keep throwing kindling at Princeton until they actually come and burn you to the ground? You really think you're going to be able to win a battle of reputation against a fucking Ivy when they literally have all the evidence stacked against you? But also, it doesn't matter because you've realized what so many white male academics with shady sexual practices among their students are beginning to realize in our racist ass country. If they position themselves as diet anti-Black, they can hide any of their fucked up abusive practices under the umbrella of conservatism. So fuck you, fuck Princeton for allowing you to do this for decades and leave Black people the fuck out of it. We all know that you're just going to do the same thing to your most recent wife that you've done to the rest. Sleep with another student once this one gets too old for you. I just hope she figures that out before she signs her life away becoming a conservative pundit who spends her time screaming about Black folks and proper Western civilization tradition on any platform she can in order to distract herself from the fact that the man she chose to devote her life to is too busy fixating on fucking the barely legal.
Gross.
And y'all danced on Bonnie Wright's Something to Talk About at your wedding last summer. Wish y'all could actually talk about your own scandal that you seem to be so proud of instead of always dragging Black folks into it. But maybe that's it. The two of you need Black folks to make your marriage exciting because without us, well, really, what is there?
What do you have? Right.
Go fuck yourselves and try your best to keep Black folks out of the process. Fuck you, Vanessa. P.S. Love the show, etc., etc. I'm just pissed.
Woo, girl. I mean,
and the fact that this bitch really does look like a muggle, that's like one of like two muggles on the planet that knows about the wizarding world.
But like, I'm just disgusted. Like this whole, I'm sick of men being nasty anyway, but the way she laid this out, I'm just like, God damn.
And she's right.
And she's right. And she's right.
He's literally written multiple pieces about how Black people and the Black Lives Matter movement and cancel culture is the reason that he ain't got no job and not the reason, and not because he's been fucking students.
No, baby.
For
Cancel this. No, cancel your dick. Your dick is the reason. The fact that you have no control over what you do with your dick and you have felt enabled to do whatever you want to with your dick, consequences be damned. That is why you are in this position right now. You can't blame nobody but you, yes, for being a dumb, weird bitch. And honestly, dumb, weird bitch sums up, I think, the way I feel about most of y'all. Not only are you weird, you're fucking stupid on top of that. And then you bring the rest of us into it like we supposed to sit around and act like you not dumb and and fucking strange. But whatever.
Strange and down.
It is. I don't know. We're here. We're queer. We want to get married on the ocean.
Yes.
And we're trying our fucking best with this society being the way it is. So thank you so much. Who passed that in? What'd you say her name was?
Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa, for sending that in. If you have a read you want to pass to us, please type that up, send it over to passtheread@gmail.com. And that is going to wrap up this week's episode of the show. Make sure you check us out at thisistheread.com. You can find our merch at shoptheread.com. And of course, our Patreon over at patreon.com/theread. Anything else from you, friend, before we head out this week?
No, I don't think I have anything this week extra special, but thanks for listening and checking us out, and going, a lot of y'all going back and listening to old episodes, and
Yeah.
that's sweet. Shout out to Rihanna's baby, and I'm out.
All
This
right.
bitch.
Yes, take care of yourselves, Black people, and we will see y'all next week.